What if, in your lifetime, we finally answer the age-old question, are we alone? Imagine waking up to the news not in a sci-fi movie, but for real. A signal from a distant star, a microbe on a Martian moon, something undeniable. This isn't just a possibility. It's a future many scientists believe we're on the cusp of. The discovery of life beyond Earth, even the simplest kind, would be the single greatest event in human history. It would rewrite our textbooks, reshape our religions, and redefine our place in the cosmos forever. So, what happens the day after? Let's start with the announcement itself. Forget Hollywood invasions. The initial discovery would likely be subtle. Maybe it's the James Webb Space Telescope detecting an unusual chemical signature in the atmosphere of an exoplanet, a mix of gases like oxygen and methane that strongly suggests biological processes. Or perhaps it's a rover on Mars, drilling into an ancient lakebed and finding fossilized microbes, definitive proof that life once existed there. It could even be a radio signal, a non-random pattern that stands out from the cosmic noise, a deliberate hello from across the stars. The moment this data is verified, it would trigger a cascade of events. The information wouldn't be kept secret. The sheer number of scientists and international agencies involved makes a cover-up practically impossible. The news would break, and the world would collectively hold its breath. Global markets might initially panic due to the uncertainty, but they'd likely stabilize as the reality sinks in. The real impact would be on our culture, philosophy, and sense of self. First, let's consider the scientific revolution. Biology would no longer be the study of just Earth life. We'd have a second data point, Life 2.0. This would be monumental. Is this new life based on DNA, just like us? Or does it use a different kind of molecule to store genetic information? Does it use water as a solvent? Does it breathe oxygen? Every answer would open up 1,000 new questions. We de-learn if the rules of life that evolved on Earth are universal, or just one fluke possibility in a vast cosmic lottery. Astrobiology would transform from a field of theoretical possibilities into the most exciting hands-on science on and off the planet. We'd pour unprecedented resources into space exploration, sending new probes and telescopes to learn more. A mission to Europa or Enceladus to search for life in their subsurface oceans would become a top global priority. Next, think about the philosophical and religious shockwaves. For centuries, many belief systems have placed humanity at the center of a divinely created universe. The discovery of alien life, even simple microbes, would challenge this anthropocentric view. It doesn't necessarily disprove the existence of a creator, but it certainly expands the canvas. Some faiths might struggle, seeing it as a contradiction to their texts. Others would adapt, interpreting their scriptures to encompass a universe teeming with life, all part of a grander divine plan. New spiritual movements might even emerge, centered around a more cosmic consciousness. It would force us all, regardless of our beliefs, to confront our own cosmic significance or insignificance. Are we special? Or are we just one of many, many life forms scattered across the galaxies? This question would dominate conversations for decades. Now, what if the life we find isn't microbial? What if it's intelligent? Let's say we receive that unmistakable signal from an advanced civilization. The first protocol, known as SETI's post-detection policy, is verification. Scientists worldwide would race to confirm the signal is genuinely artificial and not some natural phenomenon. Once confirmed, the real challenge begins. What do we say back? Who gets to speak for Earth? A single government? The United Nations? A council of scientists? The debate would be fierce. Sending a reply would be a decision with consequences that could last for millennia. We'd have to assume this other civilization is far older and more advanced than us. After all, they managed to contact us. Are they benevolent explorers? Or are their motives something we can't even comprehend? Stephen Hawking famously warned against shouting into the cosmic jungle, fearing we might attract unwanted attention. Others argue that any civilization advanced enough for interstellar communication is likely to have overcome its self-destructive tendencies and would be peaceful. The message itself would be an immense challenge. How do we communicate with a species that has a completely different biology, history, and way of thinking? We would likely start with the universal language of math and physics, prime numbers, the value of pi, the structure of the hydrogen atom. We might send images, music, and vast amounts of our digital data, a sort of encyclopedia galactica. Deciphering their reply, which could take decades or even centuries to arrive, depending on the distance, would become the single greatest intellectual project in human history. This contact would change our society on a fundamental level. Knowing we are not the only thinkers in the universe could have a profound unifying effect. Our national squabbles and terrestrial conflicts might suddenly seem petty in the face of such a cosmic revelation. We might see a new era of global cooperation, a humanity-first perspective driven by our shared identity as Earthlings. It could accelerate our technological progress by light years. If we could decipher their technology, we might solve problems like clean energy, disease, and aging. It could usher in a golden age for humanity. Of course, there's also a darker side. Fear of the unknown is a powerful human driver. There would be paranoia and anxiety. People would fear invasion, subjugation, or even accidental contamination by alien microbes. The economic and political power that comes from being the first to communicate or control alien technology could create new global tensions. Would we learn from them? Or would we simply find a new, bigger other to fear? But let's bring it back to this century. The most likely scenario is the discovery of simple, non-intelligent life within our own solar system. Finding microbial life on Mars, Europa, or Titan would still be world-changing. It would prove that the spark of life is not unique to Earth. It would mean that wherever the ingredients and conditions are right, life can emerge. It would imply that the universe is not a sterile, empty void, but a living, breathing cosmos. We would look up at the night sky not with a sense of loneliness, but with a sense of wonder and kinship, knowing that we are part of a vast cosmic family. The search is already well underway. Rovers are digging, telescopes are staring, and scientists are listening. Every new piece of data brings us closer. The discovery of life beyond Earth is no longer a question of if, but when. And when that day comes, it won't be an ending. It will be the beginning of a new chapter for all of us, the moment humanity truly joins the cosmic community. It will be the day we finally know we are not alone. Thanks for watching. What do you think would be the biggest change if we discovered alien life? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the cosmos, don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the great what-ifs. See you next time.